Hey YouTubers, it's Bobby with KCA Ranch. Been a long time since I made a video. I'm sure y'all been waiting breathlessly for the next one. Gonna try to slap together a cage today for grow out rabbits. Rabbits that have been weaned from the mother and need some time to grow out to either sell to customers or to send off to freezer camp for future meals. I put together an 8-foot by 2-foot cage, which is very similar to the ones I made in some previous videos. Let me show you that real quick. Sorry, don't have my tripod today, but it's an 8-foot cage. Has a divider in the middle you can drop down, but the video is not really about that cage since I've already made a video on how to put together a wire cage. But what I'm doing is putting together a PVC frame that's very lightweight and portable, as opposed to my heavy treated wood frame rabbit cages, which coincidentally we're having 2 litters in the next day or two from the 2 big mamas there. Anyway, let's go to my workshop, aka driveway, and my workbench, aka tailgate, and see what we can put together for a frame to support this new cage that we can move around easily to keep them out of the sun, and for when we move up to the KCA Ranch permanently in about a year and a half. So this is a bottom frame that I put together, and if you can visualize, there's going to be risers going up, PVC curving over and coming down to that T right there. So my cage is 2 foot wide. It's going to be resting on some runners this way, about 3 or 4 foot up. So the cage needs to rest between that runner and this runner. It's going to sit on there, and then I'm going to secure it with zip ties or wire just to make it more portable, mobile, and easier to break down. So basically I've got about a 21-inch piece of PVC in the middle. Because of the way it sits in there, that leaves me 24 inches between each runner or riser or whatever you call it to rest. It's hard to visualize right now. It seemed good on paper. That's one side, and the other side is going to be exactly the same. And then I don't have a drawing of the long 8-foot, 9-foot part that's going to support the cage yet. But I'm not gluing anything. I want to be able to knock this apart. I put a little, just a little semi-pro tip, a little lithium grease on each piece so I can knock it off with a hammer and screwdriver or whatever if I need to take it apart or if I mess something up. Not using PVC glue. So now that I've got 2 of those built, as you can see, I'm going to start on the risers that come up out of each T. Sorry about this crappy video. I'm sure y'all are used to it if you've been following me for long. I'll be back after I get this side put together. Just showing you how I'm putting together this side. There's going to be 2 matching sides exactly like this. 3-foot risers coming up, and then I'm going to put 2 T's on top of those risers. The T will be facing like towards the truck so that my long runners, my 8-foot, 9-foot runners can run long ways between the 2 sides. Okay, I got the 90-degree T's put on, so you can kind of see how the cage is going to be set up. So it's going to be about 8 or 9 feet in between the stands on the side. Going to have runners coming out of that over to here on both sides, and then we're going to have some risers going up, some 90s bringing it back across for the upper supports. So far not too bad. Daisy, do you approve of this project? Shake. If you approve of the project, shake. Alright. Daisy doesn't like it. Alright, we're back a little bit later, and we've got the upper risers with the 90-degree angles at the top. So I'm going to have a piece running from here to here with a T, and then another piece coming out of the other end of the T to there, so I can run a long runner this way down the middle, connecting both sides on the top. That will be the only top support. We'll be back. Alright, we got both sides completed and ready to put our runners on. As you can see, I've got a T up here in the middle with the long 8-foot runner. Go this way and connect to this one. And we got runners here and here. I think I'm gonna have enough. I got 2 sticks, 10-foot sticks, and then one about a 8-foot stick left. I only needed a little over 8 foot, I believe. Anyway, I'll be back. Alright, I got the frame put together. Let's take a look. Sorry about this crappy 5-year-old Samsung phone. Got the long runners for the cage. The top runner, got a little bit of sag to it. Not much I can do about that right now. But it's a little over 8 foot long to accommodate this 8-foot cage. Next step is to get the cage installed within the frame and wire it up a little bit with some zip ties or wire, and then work on the roof. Daisy, sit, sit, shake. All right, close enough. She likes it. All right, we're back with the cage installed into the frame. A little bit out of square due to the driveway and probably my cuts, but got all the runners adjusted. The cage will be centered, strapped down well. Heavy duty zip ties. If the rabbits chew on those, which they may, then I'll switch it out to some small gauge wire that's I can twist up. Anyway, here's the end view. Just got it strapped down. It's pretty stable. It's going to settle down. I'm going to put some caps. The wife went to the hardware store earlier to get me some PVC caps to keep wasp and mud and ants and everything out of that. I'll knock those on. Gonna put the roof on with some sheets of that vinyl roofing stuff from Home Depot. A couple sheets, a little bit of overlap for rain and drip, and then the rest of the overlap will go down this back side for a wind and rain block. And then it'll be light enough to pick it up and move it around, depending on sun and shade and weather, and actually even move it into the garage if we had another snow apocalypse like we did last year with 8-degree temps and busted pipes. Daisy, what's up? She's ready to go inside. She's bored. Alright guys, finished up the rabbit cage. Had to make do with some roofing pieces that didn't quite fit. But we got a little roof action on the front with a little dip to help it drain off. Had to go with a different color on the back. Looks a little janky. And then a sunshade, which was an 8-foot piece that didn't quite match up to the other pieces, but that's fine. The wind would just be ripping it anyway. So we got that hung up. Got it fairly close to my 5-gallon bucket watering system if I want to tie into that with another tap. You can see the one I have here. It goes through, drops down to all the other rabbits. So I could probably put a tap over here on this side if I wanted to and run into this, but since it's a grow out cage for young bunnies, we may just work off of bottles and bowls. I wanted to show y'all a perfectly made rabbit's nest. Phoebe is due probably tomorrow night, 31 days. You can see how she's hollowed out a hole in the back for her babies, and she'll be up front feeding them. But that's a lot of hay, and she's already pulled some hair and woven it in there. You really can't see it, but she'll pull some more hair when she's done. This is Willow. She is huge. I bet she has a huge litter. She usually looks 2 or 3 pounds less than this. She's just taking up half a cage. But you can see her perfect little hole back there. They always know how much hay and hair based on the ambient temperature. It's just amazing. So anyway, pretty cool. Willow will probably have her babies tonight. Today is her due date. She's always had them late at night. She likes her privacy. So good luck, Mama. I think she had, the biggest litter she's had is 12. I think 10 survived, and she's also had 12, and I think 9 survived. They only have 8 nipples, so you can quickly develop runts with feeding problems if you don't rotate them in manually, which can be hard to do when you got a lot of rabbits, 24 rabbits running around. But we're very excited. Most of our rabbits are sold. Not most of them, but I'd say half of them are probably sold for people that are wanting to get started in breeding. So let me show you our new rabbits that have never been on video before. This is Shiloh. He is a steel-tipped, I can't remember the name of it. He's not a black rabbit. He looks black. His face is black for the most part, but he is called a steel-tipped, I can't remember the color. They're all TAMUK, Texas A&M University Kingsville composite rabbits, made up of 7 major breeds over the last 40-year breeding program at Kingsville. He is going to have some beautiful babies. Watch out, boy. This is Tarot, T-A-R-O-T. Don't ask me, I didn't name her. She's going to be our new breeding doe. She's not related to any of these other rabbits unless it's just way down the line, like great-grandparent lineage. Anyway, she's going to be really pretty. She's not quite old enough to breed yet. And these are the 2 leftovers from the 16 or so that we sold. These are the only 2 that are left, male and a female. If you want them, let me know. If not, they're going to freezer camp in a couple weeks.